Hey guys, I'm Roger Dodge Gaming, and I'm your coach for the Sin City Squirtles. We are here for a Week 5 matchup, and we are currently 4-0. Let's hopefully continue our winning streak and get into the match. So these are the Pokemon I do not anticipate my opponent bringing. Bronzong, I think, is mainly there for Trick Room. I don't think he's going to bring it. I think I have a pretty good matchup against it with things like Cinderace, so I don't really expect him to bring it. Runerigus is the next mon. It could be a very defensive mon if he wants to bring it. I could see it coming, but I think he has better options. His next mon's Exploud. This could be a very good mon if he chooses to bring it, but I don't see him bringing it because I have a lot of fighting types on my team. And Sneasel, again, is very weak to fighting, so I don't anticipate him bringing it. Turtonator, I think, could potentially be good, but it's really slow, so that hinders it, and I have things on my team that I think deal with it, like, I don't think he can break through my Toxapex with his Turtonator, and his Hippowtoss, I don't anticipate him bringing just because it's not great as a Pokemon. Alright, this is the team I anticipate him bringing. Rillaboom is absolutely great with its Grassy Surge ability and having the ability to use the move Grassy Glide, so it gets priority and it can hit very hard. Toxapex is a very physical wall, or physically defensive, depending on how he wants to run. But with Mandibuzz, I think he'll probably run it physical, and Mandibuzz will be his physically defensive mon. Those two mons can be very hard for me to break through. Cinderace, I anticipate him to, or not Cinderace, Arcanine, I anticipate him to bring to help break through some of my mons, and I think Noivern has to come. Noivern's very good as it has the ability to frisk, so we can kind of see what items I have, and it can also deal a lot of damage with stuff like Hurricane or Draco Meteor. Rubombi I think could be good as a kind of check to some of my fighting types, as well as my Druddigon. And yeah, let's get into what I didn't bring. I didn't end up bringing Cinderace this week. I think it could have been good, but I think he had to really prep for it, so me not bringing it might give me an advantage. Galvantula I didn't end up bringing, which could have been good to help counter Sticky Web if he brings it. I don't think he's going to bring it though. Verzion I could have brought, but I had a different fighting type that I decided to bring instead. Drifloon I thought was okay, but I think it doesn't do too much. I think I have some better options. I didn't feel like bringing hail this week. Or I did bring hail, but I didn't feel like doing like dual hail with Slush Rush. So I didn't think he was great. And with his Arcanine, it's not great for my steel type, so I didn't end up bringing those two. And yeah, let's get into what I did bring. My first mon's Pangoro, rocking his Choice Band. Knockoff, Choice Band Knockoff is just insane damage. Close combat can be very good for his Pokemon. Bullet Punch does a tremendous amount to his Robombi, if that is something he wants to bring in. And yeah, let's get into our next mon. I decided to bring Galarian Slowbro for our first time. I thought he had a really good matchup this week, so I decided to bring a semi-defensive, semi-offensive set, because the stab between Poison and Psychic was really good against him. And the Scald is there for the Arcanine, and Ice Beam is there for the Noivern, of course, as Noivern is 4 times weak to Ice, and so I want to try to have something to check that. We have Druddigon as our physical wall this week, rocking the Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin, so that makes sure our opponent takes a lot of damage if they hit us physically, and we can hopefully live those hits and either glare them or set up Stealth Rocks or maybe Dragon Tail them out to keep getting reoccurring damage on the Stealth Rocks. We have our specially defensive mon here with our Slowbro rocking the Regenerator, so I kind of have a Slowbro Regenerator core. This league allows me to run 2 Slowbros, so I'm going to do that this week. I think it could be good, and maybe something they're not expecting. So yeah. Our next mon is Alolan Ninetales, rocking the Life Orb, Aurora Veil, Blizzard, Moonblast. I think this could be very good against his team. Nothing really wants to take a Blizzard too much. And if he is expecting me to go for Blizzard, I can go for Aurora Veil, and could be good against him. And our last mon is Diggersby, rocking the Choice Scarf. Ice Punch is there for the Noivern, Earthquake, Fire Punch, Knockoff. Huge power. This is just designed to get as much damage output as possible, as well as to try to outspeed the majority of his team. And yeah. Alright, so my opponent brought a similar team to what I was expecting. I'm going to lead my Galarian Slowbro. I think I could put a lot of work in, and if he wants to lead Robombi for webs, he ends up leading Arcanine. So this is not the greatest matchup. He's going to Flare Blitz me and do a tremendous amount of damage. I'm going to Scold him and potentially pick up the KO. I might be a little shy. I am shy. So I'm going to switch into my regular Slowbro here. So he'll knock himself out with Recoil, and I'll be able to get some Regenerator on my Mega Man. So yeah, I switch out. He's going to go for the Flare Blitz. That should knock out the Arcanine. He still did pretty good damage. That was really... Alright, so I do knock out the Arcanine. He may try to go into his Rabombi to Bug Buzz, maybe? Might be solid against my team. I'm fairly weak too. He does go into his Robombi. I'm going to Flamethrower this thing into Oblivion. He does set up Sticky Webs. That can be a big hindrance to my strategy. My Flamethrower does do a great chunk to him. He can potentially go for the Bug Buzz now, unless he's like Scarfed or something odd. He probably isn't though. He does just go straight for the Bug Buzz. He's gonna wear us down pretty low here, and I'm gonna just kill him with a Flamethrower. So we are looking at an okay spot. He got his webs up, which sucks for us, but we are able to still hang in there and get in potentially whatever his next mon is. So he's going to go Rillaboom. I think my best bet is to save this and go into my Druddigon. Rillaboom will take a Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin from my Crimson. And I can take a Grass move if he wants to go for it. He just goes for the U-turn. That's not a big deal. Maybe he'll go out into his Noivern. So I think it's very obvious that there's a Draco Meteor coming here, but I also think it's so obvious that he won't do it. So I'm going to stay in. But I could switch into my Ninetales. I ended up not going for it, and that was a misplay, a huge misplay on my part. I was debating switching into Ninetales, and I could have went for an Ice move and just absolutely destroyed his team. Nothing on his team wanted to take an Ice move there. So that was a very poor play on my part. And I go into Pangoro after that to just go for the knockoff. And I do a tremendous amount of damage to his Toxapex, which is great. And we're both going to get a not leftovers, but grassy terrain stuff. I switch into my Galarian Slowbro in case he wants to Toxic my Pangoro, but he actually just goes for the Scald. It gets the burn. So it was a good thing I switched out of my Pangoro, because that would have been very detrimental to it. Unfortunately, the burn is going to whittle us down. I can just go for a Psychic here, which is not going to be that effective against the Mandibuzz, unfortunately. I also have Ice Beam on this mon, so I'm going to just go for that. And stay in. This thing shouldn't be able to do too much to me. If it has Foul Play, which it probably does, I'm going to be able to just switch out into my Ninetales on the Foul Play so I don't die. And am able to get Regenerator. And he just goes for the U-turn, which was a great play on his part. He goes in his Rillaboom. I should be able to take one hit and be able to survive and hit a Blizzard. as it is 100% accurate, and I should kill him with a blizzard as he is super low. So yeah, he does go for the grassy glide, and because of the sticky webs, I'm slower, which sucks. I am able to kill his Rillaboom with hail, which is great. He can go into, I probably anticipate him going into his Mandibuzz, maybe? He can go into a few things. He can probably go into his Toxapex if he wants. So he doesn't risk Noivern. He just goes straight into his Noivern because he knows he's faster because of the hail. Or because of the sticky webs, rather. He just kills me with an Air Slash. That's going to be a bit problematic for me. I'm going to make another misplay here and go into my Pangoro. I didn't realize how much his Air Slash was going to do. I thought he would be a little weaker, and I was planning on knocking off here. But his Air Slash just absolutely destroys me, which is very unfortunate. So we're at a 3v3, and he's going to get hail as well as grassy terrain regen. I just go into my Slowbro and am able to hit him with an Ice Beam. He switches out into his Mandibuzz, so I'm not going to be able to do as much damage as I would, but at least I am chipping this thing down. I can continue to go for the Ice Beam and whittle this thing down. Want to keep both of my Slowbros healthy, as I think he goes for the foul play. That's going to do a lot to my Brainwash. I'm going to switch out into my other Slowbro to just try to keep both of them as healthy as possible and keep getting that regenerator damage back. His foul play is just doing a tremendous amount of damage to me, which is unfortunate. I decide to stay in and go for another Ice Beam, just in case he wants to switch or whatever he wants to do. I don't do as much damage as I do the first time, which is unfortunate. I think I misplayed earlier, not letting my first Slowbro go down. But I'm going to go back into him to try to take another hit because he took it better than my Slowbro Galar form. His foul play just does a tremendous amount of damage to my two psychic types, which sucks. I'm going to stay in and let him kill my Slowbro. And I'm going to go out into my Diggersby and just go straight for the Ice Punch and kill the Mandibuzz. Alright, so we're looking at a 2v2. Toxapex is probably going to go for a Scald here. I do live one, but I think my best play is to go into my Slowbro and take a Scald. Maybe be able to hit him with a Psychic, depending on what he wants to do. He goes for the knockoff, which is unfortunate because he's going to be able to knock off our Black Sludge. Our Psychic does a good chunk to him. Unfortunately, we won't live another hit because of burn and also because of just we're still low. So I think my best play is to go into Diggersby here. I can Earthquake him. He goes for the Scald and gets the burn, which is really unfortunate because it just destroys our chances of winning this game. Because now Ice Punch doesn't kill, which is really unfortunate. He has Protect, so we are not going to be able to kill him with the Earthquake. And he has the ability to switch now. into his Noivern to prevent getting any damage. And he knows that we're scarfed, so he can just go for whatever move he wants to. I can't hit him, unfortunately. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much the game. There's nothing I can really do about it. I made a huge misplay at the beginning. I should have switched into my Ninetales on his Noivern. I thought it was just such an easy play for him to have made that it was really like poor on his part. I thought, but he just played the like easy play, and he didn't predict, and I was anticipating him to predict a little bit. So that was on me. This was our first loss of the season, and it was really tough. Uh, just a little, yeah, we lost, unfortunately. So after recording this, I just went into the league, and the head of the league had deleted the league, and was just lost her mind. She kicked everyone from the league, and we will no longer be having videos for this league as she deleted it. And as a result, I have created my own league, which is the surprise project I've been working on, and that should start up in about a week from now. So we will no longer have the same. We will have to start a record over with other people. I created the new league with other people from this league that are really ticked at Pretty Lilies over here. So if you are into draft and you see Pretty Lilies, I highly recommend you never join a league that she's in, as she's horrible. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.